Hi lads, how are we going? Welcome to week 2 of the LGS Rugby Skills videos. Last week we looked at passing off both hands. Okay, today we're still going to be looking at how we can move the ball in contact situations through the game. Okay, but today we're going to be looking at offloads. So we're going to be looking at the different options we might have to offload the ball and how we want to do that. Okay, last week we made a real emphasis on when we're passing off either hand, okay, that we're really firing that arm through, okay, that's providing that power. That's going to be the same today, okay? Some of the stuff we talked about over grip, etc., all right, is going to follow on into this lesson, all right? So I hope you enjoy it and hope you learn a few things. Okay, boys, so last week we looked at how we want to hold the ball, all right? So we have our power hand at the base of the ball, okay, and we'll say our guiding hand at the top. All right, if we're looking for our one-handed offloads, okay, if we think about it, if we're in a situation where we want to offload to the left or the right, it's not optimal to have that hand at the base, okay? Because we can't develop as much power, okay? We can't get much spin on the ball, okay? So we want to make sure, right, that we're in the middle then, okay? So we're around the belly of the ball, okay? What that allows us to do, okay, we still want that 5-point grip, okay? But it allows us, okay, if we're in a contact situation, all right, we can hold it and keep it rested on our forearm, okay? This is going to allow us to develop and generate that spin that we look for, so we can get the ball to travel a distance, okay? It's really important that we get that rotation, okay, to make sure it flies cleanly through the air. Right, first thing we're going to look at, I'm going to ask my helper, Mr. Aldred, to step into view here, okay, is that grip strength, okay? So if you've got a partner or a parent, okay, each of you take a nice firm grip on the ball, okay, with one hand, all right, I'm going to have a little competition, okay, to see who can hold onto that ball. So 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Go off the other hand. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Do you want to use both hands? Yeah. You go both hands. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, simple thing for you to do with one of your parents, a brother or sister, okay? Really work on that grip strength. You should feel it burning in your forearms if you're doing it right. Okay, that's the first thing we want to start with. So we've looked at how we hold the ball, we've looked at our grip strength, okay? Forearms should be burning right now, I'm hoping so, mine definitely are. So now, we're going to look at that offload. But first, what are our options? Alright, everybody will have seen the Sonny Bill offload, okay? So if we stood here, ball in one hand, defender, fend, out the back. But we've got another option, haven't we? Alright, if we get into a situation where that defender isn't here, the defender might be here, we might want to use footwork to get round them, we can go under. That's our second option. Right, so out the back, also that underarm single hand offload. So I'm just going to show you some of the finer details of this right now. In particular, that out the back. It's really important, like we discussed last week, that we make sure we're following through and really firing and getting those arms straight when we're passing. The same thing when we're doing single-handed offloads, especially when we're doing the out the back. There's a lot of players I see who try and do this at both youth and professional level, and what you'll find is this outside arm is very low, so we're like that. What that means is the ball's having to travel upwards. While that ball is in the air, that's an opportunity for the opposition to steal it. That's an opportunity for us to lose the ball, interception. It also means the ball's not travelling directly to its target. You're wasting power. So it's really important that when we're doing these single-handed offloads, we're firing through and that arm ends up straight. Okay? Same as when we're doing the two-handed, when we're looking at passing off both hands, we want that arm pointing the direction at where the ball wants to be going. We need to make sure that arm's firing out so it goes directly to where it wants to go. Same off the other hand. Firing it through. Right, this is a short distance, but the speed at which that ball travels, I know for a fact that I'll be able to get it easily an extra 5 meters. We want you to be able to do this off both hands. Okay, boys. Now with the underarm offload, it's more of a contact situation skill. So we've got ourselves in a situation where we can't keep that defender at arm's length to get that one hand away. right? We've had to take the contact, but we're breaking through that contact. And we're looking to hit those support players who might be running those lines either side of that tackler that we're breaking through. All right, so I've got my trusty tackle pad here. It's just going to demonstrate how we might enter that situation. Okay, I'm going to do it once facing this way, so you can see how I might get my footwork, and then once facing the other way so you can see the offload. Okay, so if we're attacking this way, I'm going to square into the defender. Okay, I want to make sure I get on the outside, so it's really important that we find that weak shoulder. So I find that weak shoulder, right? I can see my support player, Mr. Aldred, is just off screen, right? But he's hammering into this next hole either side of this defender, right? I want to make sure I twist my body to get round, right? And I'm going to turn, stretch, and float that ball through. As you see, my arm, still, when we're talking about it, it's still pointing in the exact direction that we want it to go. There's no sloppiness, it's not down at the ground. The difference in this one, right, is that we want to make sure we rotate that ball off our little finger, okay, so it flies out and really get that spin on it. Okay, that's going to make sure it's flying through the air cleanly, all right, make sure it's not going all over the place. All right, so again, if we're going off the other side, so the other hand, ball in two hands, beat the defender, I might fend, but chances are I'm going to be taking that tackle, looking at going to the ground, under, ball straight through to my support player. Now so you can see it from this side, I'm into that contact situation, one hand's fending, I've probably been tackled, round, look. Roll that through. Didn't quite get the spin on that one, so I'm going to go again. Make sure I get it right. Ball in two hands, into that contact situation, look, spin that ball out. Okay boys, so I hope you've enjoyed that instructional video about one-handed offloads. I'm just going to give you a bit of a challenge that you might be able to do at home. So, a bit like a tin can alley, sort of lined up, the buckets with the cones on top. Alright, dead simple. Going to use last week's skills and this week's skills. We're just going to see if we can knock these cones off. Alright, we're going to say you get 5 points if you can knock just the cone off. Alright, so if I can stand here, and I'll go, okay, I knock just the cone off, that's 5 points. If you hit the thing the cone's standing on, you could use a bucket, don't use your mum's best china, okay? But if you've got something you can stand it on, if you hit that and knock it off, you get 1 point. Alright, obviously if you miss, you get absolutely no points. After this video, you'll see a clip of me giving it a go. Obviously got it first time, but to be kind to you boys, I didn't get all 15 points straight away. I had to make a couple of mistakes because even I'm human. But it goes to show, no matter how old you are, you need to be working on these skills. So I hope you've enjoyed this week's installment. Look forward to seeing you again next week. If there's any questions, drop myself or Mr. Lewis a message. Cheers boys, have a good week.